When Sonic the Hedgehog hit the gaming scene back in the early 90s, he was hip, he was cool, he was in your face, and full of attitude. But over the last, I don't know, say decade, Sonic has been the butt of jokes and abuse due to a string of mediocre and downright awful games. The franchise has been on life support, and as Sonic stumbles his way through each new release, fans keep getting burned and everyone else has written the series off. Though this time, there looks like there's a small glimmer of hope. A return to the 2D Sonic of old with Sonic Mania. Should I be prepared for disappointment? Or maybe, just maybe, has Sonic actually returned? When Sonic Mania was announced, I was excited to see some classic 2D Sonic, but I quelled my hype because I've been fooled in the past when it comes to these games. Remember Sonic 4? Yeah, I'm not falling for that again, Sega. But when that glorious title screen loaded up, I was so amped. It looked awesome. Wait, play it cool, Dom. This could be another trap. Then seconds later, the animation sequence began playing and I was all in. This was the perfect way to start the game. It gave me goosebumps seeing Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles racing through that color-filled world. If the gameplay didn't back up this incredible opening, I think I'd be left in tears and cursing the Sonic name until I die. The story of Sonic Mania is straightforward and told in short clips before you start a level. Sonic is cruising to Angel Island with his pal Tails, and they run into Dr. Robotnik's robots, who have some sort of mystical gemstone that throws Sonic back to different points in time. Sonic must gather the Chaos Emeralds and foil the Doctor's sinister plans. Super simple stuff. Sonic versus Robotnik. That is all you need. Not dozens of stupid animal friends, drawn out cutscenes, and definitely no hedgehog human princess romance. Let the gameplay do the talking. In Sonic Mania, you can play as Sonic, Tails who can fly, or Knuckles who can glide and climb. You race through courses as you grab rings and avoid robots waiting to stop you in your tracks. There are 12 stages total with 2 acts in each. Part of the beauty of each zone is that they are huge sprawling areas with multiple paths to choose from. So an act can take about a minute if you're really gunning it, or a bit longer if you want to explore alternate routes. A little more than half the levels will feel familiar if you played the games on Genesis, like Green Hill, Lava Reef, and Hydro City, only they are much bigger with different layouts. The new levels like Mirage Saloon really wowed me too, and there wasn't one I disliked. The stages also have way more interactivity than ever before. You can get frozen, you can ride in a car with a robot, float in a bubble, stick to walls, jump from foreground to background, so even if you remember past levels, you'll still be surprised. The controls are responsive like if you were playing Sonic 2 or 3, and I love the new drop dash ability. While in the air, if you're holding the spin button, it'll charge up, and once you hit the ground, you'll speed off, keeping a nice flow to your movement. Because at the core, Sonic games are not necessarily about speed, but keeping momentum so that it feels fast. Though the one thing I never liked about Sonic games is that sometimes it plays itself. You can hit so many boosts and loops that you don't even need to hold onto the controller. This doesn't happen too often in Mania, and yeah, it looks cool, but I'd rather be the one in control. To break up the running, there are times where careful platforming must be done. These slower sections make the parts where you're sprinting at breakneck speeds that much faster. Because if things are always fast, then nothing is fast. You need slower parts for comparison. Robotnik and his robo-contraptions await you after an act, and man does he have some crazy forms. Each boss is incredibly unique, and you even face off with a doctor in a round of Mean Bean Machine, which I destroyed him at. My favorite boss was the Robotnik that had a capsule machine that dropped mini Robotniks. There are also plenty of throwbacks to old bosses, like fighting the final boss from Sonic 2 right in the first level. And a version of the Hydro City fight from Sonic 3, only this time you pilot Robotnik's ship and he's in the water. There wasn't a boss fight I didn't like, and the game did an excellent job of taking things from the past and flipping them in an unexpected way to keep fans guessing. Now what would Sonic be without some special stages? To collect the Chaos Emeralds, you must find a big ring hidden in the zones. This will take you to a special stage where you try and catch a UFO holding the Chaos Emerald. Blue spheres will speed you up, and rings will give you more time. This minigame is super fun, but also pretty difficult. I only got 2 emeralds on my first playthrough, so no supersonic for me. The Collect the Blue Spheres game from Sonic 3 is also back. People either love this or hate it. I love them, and I kick butt at these. Just don't try playing with the analog stick. Completing these will give you tokens that unlock extras. Just a minor complaint, but I wish there had been a bit more variety in special stages like in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, instead of playing the Collect the Spheres game at each checkpoint. After beating the game, there are different modes to keep you playing, like a race mode, a whole Mean Bean Machine mode, and a debug mode. To accompany the tight controls and exciting gameplay, Sonic Mania has the best look that Sonic has seen in ages. The graphics are similar to that of Sonic 2, now in clear HD, widescreen, and with animation as smooth as butter. The robot design is so creative, and the backgrounds have tons of scrolling layers and tiny details. It's also vibrant and colorful. Not only is it a feast for the eyes, but also the ears. Sonic games have always had amazing music, and the tunes in Mania are no exception. Since many of the stages are based on previous designs, you get classics like Flying Battery Zone, Oil Ocean, and everyone's favorite, Chemical Plant Zone, with remixed versions. The new music is equally as catchy, with my favorite being Studiopolis. Sonic Mania is clearly a love letter to the Genesis games, and you can see the care that was put in by the developers. In fact, the developers are fans themselves. Many who worked on this game were actually creating Sonic fan games online years prior, a Sonic made by fans for fans. Sonic Mania is the perfect blend of old and new. It can give you a rush of nostalgia one second and then surprise you with something completely fresh the next. There's hours of fast-paced gameplay, catchy tunes, and extras all for just $20. This is the Sonic game that fans have been clamoring for, and this is the Sonic game that fans deserve. So should you buy Sonic Mania? The answer is obvious. Yes! Sonic Mania is a fantastic entry into the series and a strong contender for greatest Sonic game of all time. Let me know what you think about Sonic Mania down in the comments below. I'll see you next time, and remember, it's all fun and games. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked that video, why not check out my review of Decap Attack for the Sega Genesis? It'll make you flip your lid. And if you like what I'm doing, make sure to subscribe. Thanks again.